Your opposing thoughts, your overactive thoughts are not something you need to battle. They're not something you need to fight against. You can just have an acceptance. What's up, y'all? If you've been here before, welcome back. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Tierica, and I like to post videos about the law of assumption, manifestation, and mindset shifting, sharing my own personal beliefs and experiences with the intention that you can take something from what I talk about and apply it to your life to create the reality of your dreams. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into today's video. Okay, y'all, so today we're going to be talking about opposing thoughts, overthinking, and robotic affirming. So let's just go ahead and get right in. If you are someone who feels like they are an overthinker or you have a lot of opposing thoughts, then this video I intend to be very beneficial for you and I intend to help you in some type of way. So basically, what is happening right now is when you are having a lot of opposing thoughts, you are currently in a state that you do not want to be in. You believe something about yourself. You believe something to be true about your reality, about your experience, about your current circumstance. You believe things to be true that are not in alignment with what you desire. So you're having a lot of opposing thoughts. You're having a lot of thoughts that are, you probably feel like you're being attacked by these thoughts because it's not something that you want to experience. But I want to offer you a peace of mind. You're not being attacked by your own thoughts. You're not battling your own thoughts, and you're not fighting against anybody but yourself. Nothing is attacking you. Nothing is trying to take you down. Nothing is trying to make sure that you are unsuccessful in life or with your desires, with your manifestations. There's nothing that is creating this but you, okay? And I say that in the most lighthearted way because I do not want you to feel negatively about yourself, and I don't want you to feel like you are creating things that you do not want and you're stuck with them, because you're not. What has happened is you just were unconscious to the fact that you're the one who creates your reality, your thoughts, and the visualizations in your imagination, and the things that you decide to persist in, the storyline that you decided to persist in, is what manifested where you're at now. There's a lot of, there's a lot of times where like people's beliefs and society's beliefs, may have influenced things that you experience. But the beautiful thing is all of that can be changed now. All of that can be changed in this very moment. And it's up to you to decide that. Opposing thoughts are just that. They are just a thought that is opposite of what you truly desire. And when you decide that you are no longer going to identify with these opposing thoughts, you free yourself from these thoughts because you are not in this hamster wheel of having to deal with things over and over that you do not want. It is the act of continuing to identify with these things and continuing to place your focus upon these things that is creating this hamster wheel, that is creating this never-ending cycle that you feel like you're in. You're not in a cycle and you're not on a hamster wheel. It is just a perspective shift that will change everything for you. So with this video, I do intend that you get a perspective shift, and I intend that you are able to move forward without having to deal with these opposing thoughts, because you can absolutely free yourself from them, and you will free yourself from them. So even if you feel like you are an overthinker, overthinking usually comes from being overstimulated, and you probably don't have a regulated nervous system. And I keep talking about that a lot, regulating your nervous system. So if y'all would like a video on regulating your nervous system, let me know in the comments. I don't know if I've asked that before, but at least at this point in time, I definitely am ready to talk about that if that is something y'all would like to hear. But I do believe that regulating your nervous system, if you are an overthinker or if you are having opposing thoughts, regulating your nervous system can be very beneficial for you, because what is happening is your mind is overactive, right? You're overstimulated and your thoughts are just going, whether it's a bunch of thoughts opposing to what you desire, or it's a bunch of overthinking thoughts of the what ifs, the hows, the whys, and all of that. right? It's one or the other if you're in this state of being and they're just going, going, going. You then start to feel stressed. You start to feel drained. You feel overwhelmed because your thoughts are on rampage right now. So, learning how to regulate your nervous system, learning how to bring ease back into your body, ease into your mind is going to help you. All right. And I really want y'all to look into that. Two of the biggest ones with regulating your nervous system that I recommend is the EFT tapping and meditation. I've never really done EFT tapping in a consistent manner. I've just done it a couple of times to try it out where you're tapping in different places of your body. There are specific places that you tap. And as you are tapping, you are saying an affirmation, you are releasing, and it's been proven, to help. But of course, whatever you believe to be true, whatever you believe to help you will always help you. So if it is something that you decide to try, set the intention that it is going to help you and it is going to work for you because, again, you're the creator. You assign meaning to everything, and you're the one who holds all the power, not any system or anything, because they're all just creations. Okay? But aside from EFT tapping, I have mentioned meditation in other videos where I really love meditation because it definitely calms you. It calms the mind, it calms the body, and it really brings you into this oneness, into this present moment. And from there, you can either think about your desires as you have them. You can, just regulate yourself and bring yourself back to a much peaceful space. One thing that I love to do, especially if your opposing thoughts or your overactive thoughts are in regards to a specific desire, then while you're sitting in meditation, you can think about this specific desire. You can either think about it or you can visualize it or you can hear it. They all work. But thinking it, hearing it, or seeing it as if it is happening for you right now, really put yourself in that state and experience that in your meditation. And I kid you not, it definitely makes you feel a lot more calm. It makes you feel a lot more peaceful. You come out of it. You can come out of the meditation really feeling confident, feeling boosted, like energized, and very like it boosts your confidence because you have literally just experienced your desire in real time in your imagination, which is the real world. Your imagination is the real world, and this physical world is just a replica of what goes on in your imagination. Okay? Really honing in on that and really understanding that and reminding yourself of that. Your imagination is the real world, and your physical reality is just a replica of what goes on in the real world. And your imagination consists of the visualizations that you have and the thoughts that you think and the things that you tell yourself, the storylines that you persist in on a daily basis, no matter what it is, the story you believe about yourself, the story you believe about other people in your reality, the story you believe about things and experiences in your reality, all of those that you persist in and that you believe and that you create reflect in your reality, okay? They become a physical experience for you. So understand your opposing thoughts, your overactive thoughts are not something you need to battle. They're not something you need to fight against. You can just have an acceptance. Okay, here I am. I know that I have been having overactive thoughts. I know that I have been having opposing thoughts. And I know that it has been making me feel drained. So, how do I fix this? You fix it by really deciding what it is that you want. And if you want to decide, I don't have any opposing thoughts. I don't have any overthinking thoughts, overactive thoughts. Only my positive thoughts manifest. I only have positive thoughts. Like, decide on what it is that you want. Okay. And once you decide on what it is that you want, I do want you to robotically affirm it. And if you can, I would prefer for you to robotically affirm it out loud, especially in moments where you feel like you're being attacked by your overactive thoughts or your opposing thoughts. I want you to robotically affirm, again, out loud if possible. And I say out loud because when you're talking out loud, you really aren't focused on other things. You're focused on what is being said. So you can't think about, all of the stuff that's bothering you when you're affirming out loud to yourself. And I say to robotically affirm because robotically affirm is literally like taking a gun and shooting bullets. Like it's your rapid fire, right? You're running them off. And I've been in that position, where I had so many overactive opposing thoughts and visualizations of things I had never seen coming into my mind, and I literally did feel like I was being attacked. But because of what I knew that I couldn't allow myself to stay in that position. I couldn't allow myself to continue to experience that because that was going to be my reality. So instead, I robotically affirmed so much, y'all. Like, not even kidding. My head was hurting sometimes from in the beginning from robotically affirming, because I was just saying my affirmations over and over and over again. And of course, I had things going on. I was crying. I was upset. I was not thinking about, what I was crying about. I was affirming. I was just continuing to affirm. My feelings are hurt, but I'm affirming, affirming, affirming nonstop. And I just kept going. And I honestly, I feel like I've said it in another video, and I feel like it was maybe around 2 months of doing that. Some days I take a day off and I would just be, I wouldn't affirm for anything. I would just be. And then other days or moments where I felt like these thoughts were attacking me or, just coming at me. That's when I would take the moments to robotically affirm. But I would say about after 2 months, I was just noticing out of nowhere one day, like it just dawned on me. I was like, whoa, I'm not having any opposing thoughts. Like, I'm not having any of those thoughts or visualizations that I was having before because my state changed. My state changed physically, you know? Once you decide something is yours, the moment you decide it, it's yours. It's your truth. It's for you to experience. But you repeat it, okay? Because that is your story. The same way you repeat all of these things and instances that you don't want, and you live inside of the story that you already don't want to experience, but you repeat it anyway without being told to, without feeling stressed, to have to do it. You just repeat it because it's natural to you. I want you to do the same thing, but make what you desire natural to you by repeating it. By repeating it, okay? And how much you have to repeat is up to you. You can decide it one time and go on about your day. You can just think about it sporadically throughout your day. You can, think about it all day long. You can think about it during certain points of your day when you're doing certain tasks. It doesn't matter. As long as you think as the new version of you, that version of you that you are going to be right now, because yes, it's a new version of you, but that's the version you're assuming right now in this moment. You're not waiting to become this person. You are this person right now. And really understand that you're not waiting to be a better version of you. You're not waiting to change stage. You're not waiting for anything. You are that person right now. You are that person right now. And you remind yourself that you're that person right now by continuing to repeat your affirmations, repeating your thoughts. And by you doing that, your entire physical has to match what is in the imagination. There's nothing other than that. There's nothing opposite of that. There is no maybe this will happen and maybe it won't. Maybe this is possible. Maybe that's not possible, because all of those are created from you anyway. All of those are just created from your thoughts. So don't entertain those possibilities. Remember, in Monday's video, it's only about the who. It's not about what, when, where, why. Those questions don't matter, because those questions are still creating, okay? By you asking that question and then looking for the answer, that is what you're creating. And you're creating a reality for you to look for that answer that implies that you don't have your desire, and that's not what you want. So robotically affirming is really, really good because it makes you focus. It makes you focus on one thing. And if you aren't able to robotically affirm out loud, download a counter app. And I'm not saying download a counter app to count how many times you're affirming, but to take the physical action of having to tap every time you affirm. That is keeping you focused. Every time you say your affirmation, you're tapping the screen, or if you have a physical counter, you're tapping the button. And that is keeping you grounded, okay? It's keeping you focused, so that way you're not just sitting there trying to affirm, and if you're a person who gets distracted easily, you just lose focus. You want to stay focused, especially because what you desire technically in your physical isn't natural to you. Okay? I mean, that's just what's apparent right now, right? What you desire, what has you stressed out and overwhelmed or whatever, it's not natural in your reality right now. What is natural is what you don't want, and that's why it's so easy for you to just think these thoughts. But it became natural to you because thoughts were repeated to you, over you, that put you in that place. So it's up to you to take back your power and to repeat what it is that you want, no matter what you see, because you understand the promise of God, the promise that you have, the promise over your entire life and being and existence. And that promise is, I am. I am, I create. Whatever you decide you are, that is what you are. That is what you will experience. Whatever you decide to be your truth is your truth. You're never lying to yourself. You're never telling yourself a story. You know what I'm saying? Like a lie. You're telling yourself who you are. And you are reminding yourself of who you are by repeating it. And by you repeating it, it becomes natural to you. And because it's your natural state of being, your entire world has to match your natural state of being. It can't not do that. It can't be the opposite. That's just not how it works. So if you're a person who is experiencing opposing thoughts, overactive thoughts, this is what I want you to take away from this video. First, I want you to sit down and accept the fact that you have had these opposing thoughts, accept the fact that you have had these overactive thoughts, and then decide on what it is that you actually want, okay? Like, you don't have to try to run from these thoughts. Just decide what it is that you want. Moving forward, what do you desire? Do you desire just to have better thoughts? Do you desire to have this specific, thing that you want to manifest? Whatever it is, formulate it to have it now, okay? Formulate your affirmation in the now moment. I only have positive thoughts. Only my positive thoughts manifest. I remember when I used to have opposing thoughts. I remember when I used to have overactive thoughts. I am so calm and peaceful now, and my thoughts are so calm and peaceful now. Whatever you decide, all right? But decide on it, all right? Decide on what it is that you want. And then from there, I want you to robotically affirm. Okay, because yes, if you are a person who has opposing thoughts and overactive thoughts, I really do believe, and this is just my belief, okay, if it does not resonate with you, it's totally fine. Do what works best for you. But if what I'm saying resonates, then go ahead and robotically affirm. You can do it first thing in the morning. You can do it somewhere in the middle of your day. You can do it on your way to sleep. You can do it when you feel triggered or when you notice your thoughts are finna run wild. Do it, okay? And have something that keeps you in check. Whether you're going to download a counter app, you have a clicker, or you're going to affirm out loud. Do something that holds you accountable to remain in that present moment and to remain focused. And from there, I want you to persist. And all you have to do is persist and remind yourself that everything is always working out perfectly for you. All right. And what's going to happen is, as long as you stay consistent with it, no matter how long it takes, no matter the time, understand that you are that person now. All right. And persist as that person now, and only think as that version of you now. And you will experience a reality where those overactive thoughts are not existent. Those opposing thoughts are not existent. But the only thing you need to do is to affirm for the new version of you. Affirm for your desire. Affirm that, you don't have these opposing thoughts. You don't. And it's not that you're like trying to ignore them or you're trying not to see them. They're there. You're experiencing them. That's why I say acknowledge them, okay? I understand that I've been having these thoughts. I understand that I've been having these opposing thoughts, and it's okay because I'm no longer that version of me moving forward. I'm glad that I don't have to have these opposing thoughts anymore, because now I am a version of myself who can just affirm and think of my desires without any negativity, without anything opposing, without anything to worry me. Because remember, there are no what ifs. There only is what is. And what is what you decide on. So decide on what it is that you want. Decide on who you are and persist in that only. All right. So if you have any questions or comments for me, please leave them down below. If you would like guidance and assistance with your manifestations, I do offer phone and email coaching, and I would absolutely love to help you. I do have the link for both of those in the description below. If you watch this video until the end, I appreciate you so much, and I will see y'all in the next video.